do you need a mentor to be successful? Now, I can only give you my personal experience in all this. And I would say yes. I would say absolutely. Okay. So I have been to not one, but two accelerator programs. Okay. And, when I got in, they taught me some things and stuff like that, but I already knew quite a bit. By the way, this is after my first startup, right? So I imagine started a company from scratch, built it up. We were 30 employees and eventually sold it. And then after that, I started a new company. And along the way, I was like, you know what, let me do this. Let me do this accelerator. And so when I did this accelerator, they put me into like this co-op with these other co-founders, right? And I could see what they were doing. They could see what I was doing. And you can kind of start telling like where the bar of excellence is, right? And the mentors that I had, they were like ex co-founders. They're the ones who did like these big exits. They made like a lot of money, right? So they basically didn't even need to work, and so they were kind of giving back a little bit, like I'm kind of doing right now in this content. And so they were giving back, and they were telling me what to do, etc. They were looking at how many calls I was doing a day, how many calls per week, per month, my sales figures, and everything. And I remember at the beginning, I thought I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. Then they looked at my numbers and they were like, yo, dude, this is not enough, right? So they showed me kind of like where the bar of excellence is. And I thought that was really something that helped me become a better entrepreneur. So can you do it without mentors? Yeah, of course you can. I did it, right? But the second time around, when I got the mentors, it was a whole different ball game, and they just brought me up to a level that I didn't even know was required to be successful. So my advice to you is, if you can get yourself a great mentor, that's a wonderful thing. That's a great thing. I would jump absolutely on the opportunity. Second, so as you know, I do mixed martial arts. It's kind of on my caption, right? And I've been doing it for a long time. And I've been to a few gyms at the beginning, and there was some good coaches, And then I went to TriStar. And so for anybody who's not familiar with mixed martial arts and kind of like that niche sport of there, my trainer is Faraz Zahabi, okay? And Faraz Zahabi is the trainer of GSP, George St. Pierre, and many other great fighters who have been to TriStar, from like John Jones to Rory McDonald to Ayman Zahabi. Anyways, there's a lot of people that came to TriStar. And the level of coaching at this gym far, 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 far exceeded all of the other gyms. So the mentor is basically the coach. The mentor I had at the other gyms, they were good, but this coach, this mentor at TriStar was like leagues above. And my martial arts became a lot better because of that coach. And of course, because of the other training partners that were around, right? So when I went to this, when I did an accelerator, so it's not just a mentorship, it's also the other startups that were around, right? They could kind of, you kind of gauge where you are in your entrepreneurial voyage. Anyways, I went a little bit all over the place with this, but basically, if you get a chance to have a mentor, if you get a chance to go to an accelerator, highly recommended, highly, highly recommended. Just, pick the best ones, okay? Because no matter what, your game is going to go up, but the better the accelerator, the better the mentors, the more you're just going to go up and up, in my personal opinion, okay? So that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you want more information, always you can go to my website, alanjones.com. There is no monetization. There's nothing to sell you. And I'm in Canada, so these videos, I can't even get paid from them, all right? So I'm out here trying to help all of you guys. The world is a shaky place right now, so I think that everybody needs to be an entrepreneur in some way, shape, or form. So have a nice week.